hello. Are you all ready to talk about physical pain? And I was thinking about the sort of the pre-discussion and what the preamble and why body pain, I perceive it to be a bit more difficult. I'm saying it, a bit more difficult, harder for us to approach as a community. And I recognize why. Our bodies are here. It's so physical. It's so real. It's almost like you have to be a delusion to reality for you to think that something internal is causing the external. But today we are going to explore how the external pain is representative of your internal journey. I won't say your internal vibration, so we won't lose anybody, but our internal journey. And seeing how we can shift from inside to shift the external. How does that sound? Who buys into it? Who came in here thinking, okay, I'm just in here for the Mattain Manal ride, or who is like, oh no, I've got physical pain and I want to overcome it. So let's bring ourselves into the camps. And I see the hearts going and I'm fantastic. And all of you guide this journey, this live. So Andrea, I have physical pain. Fantastic. Jen, I have fibromyalgia and arthritis. Fantastic. Okay, Andrea, what do you have? I have fibromyalgia and arthritis. So let's start. What do we have? And this is fantastic. And I want everybody to sort of be open that, and I know you all are, but I'm just sort of setting the context, that it's open to exploring how we can shift internally to ease our external journey. So it's not a place of not seeing the reality and honoring what's going on. It really is more about recognizing the relationship between the internal and external, okay? Andrea, some stomach pain and arthritis. Fantastic. Jen, I get tension headaches almost weekly. Fantastic. Anybody else want to share? I already have the insights, but it would be very valuable. Monica, I'm blessed that I don't have chronic pain, but lately I've been having lower right side pain, back pain and left knee pain. Okay, fantastic. So there's a few things that I want to bring out from the very beginning. Okay, one of my first meditations that I wrote was about shoulder pain. And I wrote about shoulder pain because a lot of my close loved ones were experiencing shoulder pain. And the first thing, Jen, I have hypothyroidism, asthma, joint pain, arthritis, hypertension, and allergies. Beautiful. Sylvia, I have back pain. Fantastic. So some of this is external, some of this is internal. So some of it's our back that's supporting us and some is internal. Monica, and I've been suffering from plantar fasciitis. Let me not forget that. Maybe that's causing my other pains. Monica, what's so interesting is all of yours is like your root chakra, and it's all about being supported on this journey, and it has a lot to do with your loss. So it's so interesting to me that I see right away that your physical pains are associated with the being grounded to this earth and allowing the physicality, the reality of the earth, and you had such a major loss in your life. And so there's that. Very interesting. I need to fix this. Beautiful. And really what we want to do is, you all know this, so I'm going to say it. We're going to say it. Hi, shoulder and arm pain lately. Oh, fantastic. Lucia and Andrea, back pain lately. Fantastic. So, okay. So what I want to say, all of you know, the first step is awareness. So what I want to do is recognize the I haves or I ams. So let's go straight to the egoic body. How do we relate and identify with our pain? What are the stories? So it's the mind and the ego. What are the beliefs, the stories, the thoughts that we have about our identity with this pain? So I could already see that we saw some. I don't have chronic pain, but lately I've been doing. I have something weekly. So there's sort of some stories that have to do with beliefs. So the first thing that we're going to do today as a collective is start to recognize the beliefs and the thoughts that we have about our physical body and our bodily limitations. So limiting beliefs and limiting thoughts. And there's a significant difference between beliefs and thoughts. Beliefs are what you believe. It's what you identify. It's the root and the core of ultimately who you are and what you see about the purpose of your being and being here in the human journey. That's why we want to ultimately get to I am. But before that, we might have I am in pain. I am a X, Y, or Z. I am, and some of these I ams might be associated with our physical pain and limitations. So let's explore together collectively. How do you identify with your pain? Is it just awareness? Or is it like, Andrea, annoying to have the pain? So it's annoying that there's a limitation to my pleasure in life, my happiness in life, my freedom in life, my worthiness in life. Physical pain is here for the unconditional three. So annoying, it is limiting my pleasure in life. It's annoying. I can't go on the walk and be free to do what I want to do. So it's annoying because I don't feel good enough because this pain is keeping me from doing things that ultimately make me feel full and worthy. Cecilia, hi Manal, did this just start? I didn't see the live. It just started 8 minutes ago. Cecilia, right in and we're jumping in. Okay, Monica, annoying, but I push through because it exhausts me. Monica, does this sound like life to you too? Does this sound like life? So we did this last week about intuitive eating and we all had this like aha moment where we recognized our relationship with food is a proxy to how we see life. Physical pain is no different. That's why this month is all about the body. This month, we're just exploring body image, self-image, eating, exercise, bad habits, physical pain, because it's the reality of life and we get to see the bridge or the merging of this reality with our internal beliefs of worthiness, freedom, and happiness. So Monica, at times, yes, that I push through life but exhausts me. So now we can see how our bodies are a wonderful gauge. These are the exact same words of last week. Exact same words, but I can't change the words. I see the hearts coming. Can't change the words because it's true. It's just two different mechanisms. So can we see that we are going to today use our tools, our body, as a tool, as our feedback system? Who is willing to say, instead of my body being annoying when it hurts, that I want to recognize it's a feedback system? Andrea, last week was fire, and today is going to be fire too, and it has all of the very similar theses, very similar theses, but last week was incredible. Jen, I also need to mention I am very overweight and have had health issues all my life. I am honoring this part, which I tend not to mention until now. Jen has been morphing from sporty Jen to a Jen that's coming out and just speaking truth and seeing truth and living truth and radiating truth and being in full alignment with your all four bodies. And Jen, the way that you're saying it, it's just so factual. Like there's no feeling sorry for you. There's no victim in there. I really feel like a clarity and a truth, and I'm speaking who I am. Beautiful. I'm honoring this part, which I tend not to mention until now. Lots of joint pain, feet, ankles, hips, lower back, neck, and shoulders. Fantastic. And Jen, let me ask you something. What is all that physical pain that you just mentioned in your whole body? How would you say it relates to your approach or your seeing or not seeing of your physical body on your human journey? Can you take the lens of moving it out of the specific body onto your body pain and recognizing, whew, that's symbolic for how I feel about my life journey. Sylvia, I missed last week too. I learned a lot last week. Like we had so much clarity to the simplicity of the relationship with food, to understanding our relationship with self, it's recorded. I just thought it was really powerful, and it's really fed me in having a more compassionate view. And the thesis was eat for love. Not eat to live, eat to love. Eat to love. And the thesis was how we find eating to come back to the pleasure and the joy of it. The pleasure and the joy. Monica said that last week was amazing. My aha moment was at the very end. Yeah, we build, and then enlightenment. Valerie had a big moment too. And I'm like, you can cry. And she's like, I've been crying for the last 5 minutes. I'm like, Valerie, you're supposed to tell us this because we need to know it's being released. Andrea, I can't tell what those emojis are. They're coming out as like 7 boxes to me. So tell me what that was. Jen, it's been so limiting in my life. It's been so limiting my life. My goals, aspirations, dreams to live with honor, trust, love, faith, and most of all love. I stopped loving myself, so I stopped living my life until now. Fantastic, Jen, fantastic. So if we can see how, and this week is going to be incredible. To this week, I can sense it. I sense it because, okay, eating is our relationship and it's an activity and we have judgment and guilt because we think this is the big aha moment. Okay. I want everybody to be open to what I'm saying right now. With food, we have guilt and shame because we think we can control it. We're in control of the activity, although we need to eat for our survival. With our physical body pain, with our ailments, with our illnesses, with everything, we believe we are a victim. We feel victim to our body, to our physicality, to our circumstances. We believe we are victim. I got the goosebumps. That sort of twists it. We don't have the guilt and shame that we do with food because food we're choosing to eat or not eat. We make the choices. So we have the self-judgment on ourselves on the choices we do or do not make. Exercise falls under that as well. Sleep and body are more like we're victim. That it takes us a while to start to take ownership and responsibility for the physical ailments. And the more we feel out of control with them, the more that we feel victim to them and that they're not and don't see them as our ability to shift and change. How does that feel to everybody? How does that feel? How do you receive that? Does that empower you and disempower you? Let me know how that feels. Because that's a very important distinction. Because what's the first thing we want to do with body physical pain is not be victim. Does anybody feel? Maybe I'm projecting. Who feels a victim or has felt a victim to their ailments, to whatever it might be in the past? It's my question. I see the hearts going. I see the hearts. Lots of hearts, a little bit, Andrea, a little bit. Fantastic, fantastic. With the things that you can't control. Jen, I did. Fantastic. You feel like you can't control it. Feed me the words. Feed me the symptoms. You feel out of control. You feel like I don't know if this is right, but I'm going to say it. Like a small human. You feel fragile and frail. You feel very physical. Jen, fantastic. I felt sorry for myself. Like, why is this happening? Perfect. Andrea slowed it down. Uninspired. It's uninspired. So we're these amazing spiritual beings. We are so powerful. We have so much connection to so much power. But sometimes in our physical being, we feel powerless and hopeless. And Sylvia, I'm going to read you. I do feel a victim since I have been trying to take care of it, but nothing seems to be working. Sylvia, I can relate to that. My Manal language is I'm working so hard and things are still da 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 da. But I'm trying so hard. I'm trying to effort it and will it, and it's still, despite that, I'm still feeling that. So the difference, helpless and angry. Nancy, fantastic. Let's get down to this because here's the empowering moment. Frustrating. Fantastic, Jen. Frustrating. Beautiful. Frustrating. Total worthless. What's the point? I don't matter. I am ugly. Who would love me? I see so differently now. Cue This Is Me song. Beautiful, beautiful. Jen, cueing it, cueing it. I'm not going to sing it, but I'm cueing it. Andrea, left out. Andrea, interesting, left out. See where that feeling of left out has come into different aspects of your life. Fantastic, fantastic. So with our body, so our eating, we have judgment. I could do better. I should do better. I am in control. I am hopeless. I am worthless because I'm not doing. So this judgment on self, our body, our image. With the body, we have this opportunity to recognize that we're falling out of trust with the bigger meaning of life. We're falling out of trust in seeing ourselves as these strong, empowered, virtual, spiritual, vibrational is what I meant, spiritual beings. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes. 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 Hearts, I want to get the hearts. So what is our intention? So what's the intention today? My intention today was to create the space, hold the space where everybody can start to see how our internal beliefs and thoughts and feelings do have a significant impact on our physical health and well-being. Even to the things that we think we can't control. The fibromyalgia, the fatigue, the body pains, the whatever, absolutely believe that. Beautiful, Monica. Who believes it and who has resistance to it? Am I singing to a choir that already knows the song? Or is there resistance to this? Is there power in reinforcing this message? Or is there, I don't know about this. How can my egg allergy or my food insensitivity or my thyroid be something that is mirroring my internal being? How does my organs, my stomach have to do anything to do with my worthiness and my freedom and my happiness? We see that everything physical has to do with the unconditional three. Monica, I've only become aware of this over this past year. Fantastic. Fantastic. Jen, there is power in positivity rather than me playing victim. Yes, and Jen, I'm going to change that one word. I don't like the word positivity. For me, there is power in empowered thoughts, empowered beliefs, rather than playing victim. And I'm going to tell you why there's an important distinction. If we feel sad right now because of a loss, saying not to feel sad is not the way to go. Being aligned and honoring your sadness is very empowering. So what the philosophies is empowering. And step one of this empowerment is awareness, without judgment, without fear, without anger, without sadness, without saying I'm not good enough, without judgment. It's just this acceptance for being who I am, as I am, when I am. So Jen, tell me if you like that, because I'm very sensitive to positivity, because it's not about positivity, it's about empowered thoughts. Fantastic, fantastic. Cecilia, I've been told that I need to observe my body in different pains and ask what they're saying to me. Yes, Cecilia, I tend to have a lot of resistance. Cecilia, then right now, boom, what's the resistance to? And recognize that this resistance is resistance to life. So what do you believe, Cecilia? And if you want to, we can right now go into our bodies and and ask and do this mini meditation and feel what our bodies are telling us. Gail, because of my need replacing out of nowhere, I know it's a cause of my fear to move forward. Fantastic, Gail. Fantastic. And Gail, why are you fearful of moving forward? And what's the antidote to fear of moving forward? Because ultimately fear of the forward is fear of the future. So why is there fear of the future, and what's your antidote? Do you know the antidote? Christine, resisting because I was born with a painful condition. I'm still happy and connected, but it doesn't help me walk any better. Fantastic. And Christine, I can see so much when you're born into something where there's much more resistance into accepting the internal calibration to the external is. It is. I was born with this condition. But I can offer to you one thing already, that I was born with a painful condition, that right away, there's resistance. I still am happy. That still is resistance as well and connected, but it doesn't help. So in there, Christina, I can see many different areas of self-judgment, lack of self-acceptance, not allowing and flowing with the who you are, because this is what your life journey is. There is resistance to your, yes, I see, fantastic, Christine, fantastic. And then Christine, let me ask you, are you ready to shift? Because the shift takes a snap, because you just need to see to shift. We just need to see to shift. Are you ready to shift? Okay, Christine, fantastic. And have you already shifted, or do you need to shift? Have you already shifted because you saw? I've got the goosebumps. So I know that there's something going on in this beautiful virtual room as ours. Have you already shifted, or do you, or can we lead you to more shift or to shift? Needs a nudge. Okay, so what's the resistance, Christine? Tell us what the resistance is. What is the resistance? What is the judgment that you have because of how you were born? Are you less than? Are you, tell me about the three, okay? Let's go straight to the unconditional three. It's the worthiness, the freedom, and the happiness. How has I really want to walk? Okay, beautiful. I'm gonna take a deep breath in and let it go. Let me ask you something. Christine, do you believe you can walk? So this is something I've been playing with so much lately, okay? That when there is a gap between our beliefs and our desires, this is where resistance comes. And this is what manifestation is about. So I'm going to say that again. When there's a gap between our beliefs and our desires. So I really want to walk is a desire. So Christine, yes, I often pretend that I can. Okay, Christine, beautiful Christine, beautiful Christine. I'm going to ask you again. And everybody take a deep breath. And just feel the beauty of the desire for internal and spiritual growth. I have like this intense desire to cry right now. So Christine, I just see the beauty and the strength in who you are, okay? And your life journey. And I'm going to ask you again, do you believe that you can walk? I see all the hearts going, and this is such a beautiful moment. And Christine, just go to your core. And if it really hurts and there's a lot of resistance, talk to me and tell me, and we won't keep asking these. But if you feel like you're ready, that you're emotionally and spiritually ready, I'll walk you through to find that resistance towards your unconditional three, which will then give you the release we're looking for. Okay? So, yes, but there's a but. It feels delusional. Okay, Christine, so beautiful. So, what else is that but? It feels delusional. What does delusion mean? What does delusion mean? Everybody tell us, what does delusion mean? Delusion means not seeing reality. That there's against reality. Beautiful. Beautiful. So, Christine, then I'm going to offer, yes, not real, says Andrea. Then I'm going to offer, Christine, that you really don't think you can believe you can walk. And that's not bad. What it is an awareness right now that there is that resistance that you likely are not willing to acknowledge because, yes, but there's a but. So you recognize there's this push-pull, 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 push-pull. True. Okay, fantastic. So let me ask you something. If in terms of surrender doesn't mean giving up. Surrender means letting go of the resistance between the belief and the desire. Okay, so everybody has got it, right? If you have a desire and you believe it, there's no resistance. You're just, you know it's going to happen. You're just expecting it. It's when you have a belief, a desire, and you don't believe it, there's this resistance because, like Christine, you're saying, it feels delusional. It doesn't feel like it can happen. It feels like I'm crazy. And so surrender is that movement, that path, that journey to letting go of the resistance between the desire and the belief. Okay, this is so powerful, goosebumps already. So there's going to be big shifts right now. So Christine, how can you invite, and everybody that became aware of the resistance and the gap between their desires and beliefs. And if you want to write what your gap is between your desires and the beliefs in the window so we can become accountable as a community, go for it. Christine, how can you surrender? What is that? What is it that you need to acknowledge in your unconditional three? What is your resistance? Okay, you're delusional. What does it mean that you can't walk? What does it mean when you can't walk? This is my question. What does it mean to you as a human? That's my question. I see the hearts going. This is so powerful. This is so powerful. Christine, you're fantastic. Everybody's fantastic. What does it mean to you as a human for not being able to walk? Are you there, Christine? What does it mean with respect to your freedom, to your worthiness, to your self-love, to your happiness? Jen, that life is limiting, limiting. Fantastic. And everybody that has limitations in walking in your freedom, what does it mean? The hearts are going crazy. What does it mean? Means that I'm slow and I can't move emotions out, etc. Yes, it's limiting. Beautiful. And then what does it mean that you guys are limited or we're limited? Anybody is limited. Your foot hurts and you're limited. You can't walk and it's limited. Your knee is you need replacement, you're limited. Your back hurts and you can't do what you want. You can't carry your luggage and you're limited. Everybody has that feeling of limited, that reality of limited. What does that mean to us as human beings with the unconditional three? Kate, I haven't been able to walk for 5 months. It means living in a world that wasn't designed for me. Beautiful, Kate. Beautiful. That's amazing, Kate. And so what does that mean about you and your worthiness? What does that mean as you can't run fully into life? I can't be whole. I'm unwhole. That I'm not whole. W-H-O-L-E. You're not whole. You're not worthy. You're not equal. You're not full. You're not empowered. You're not free. You can't be fully happy. Less valuable. Christine, fantastic. Less valuable, which means unworthy. I'm not worthy like the others. I'm less valuable. I'm worthless. Go further, Christine. I want you all to go into less power. Beautiful. I want everybody to see the beliefs that we hold, the illusions that we hold, that our power is in our physical bodies. Our physical bodies are also a mechanism to help us to calibrate to the unconditional three. And I know, I'm going to say it, it can be hard. I know, until it's not. And today we are creating the context of where it's hard until it's not. Together, we're all going to empower ourselves to recognize the commonality in this feeling and to recognize it's another human expression of alignment with truth. Christine, how can I make it easy? By what we're doing right now, by seeing the resistance that you refuse to recognize, by recognizing and seeing today, you feel less valuable. It's just so, to me, obtuse isn't the right word, but just so backwards. The way that you let go of resistance is by looking at it. It's the boogeyman in the closet. Your lack of seeing yourself as valuable or less valuable than others is the boogeyman in the closet. This is what we do as a safe space of open up the closet and say, oh, the boogeyman doesn't exist. Oh, I've lived years feeling less valuable and not really acknowledging it. I just acknowledged that I want to walk and I can't walk, and I believe and I can walk, but it really feels resistant. So I desire it, but I don't believe it. So there's all these resistance. And then you realize, oh, it's not about walking. Oh, it's not about believing or not believing. It's just, I don't feel valuable. And I want to feel valuable. Just like everybody else. I just want to feel valuable like everybody else. Wow, yeah, that's the belief that I'm less valuable. Beautiful. So it's not, Christine, a desire to walk. It's not a desire to walk. It's the desire to be seen. Did everybody feel the moment? Does everybody feel the moment? Allow the moment. Intense. It's intense. Intense. Thank you. Yes. So Christine, did that nudge? Wow, got me crying. Beautiful. Beautiful. Yes, tears. Beautiful. Beautiful. So does everybody feel the moment? Do you all feel that we just want to be seen? We want to see beautiful. We want to be valuable, and we want to be whole, and we think it's through walking, and we think it's through our back, and we think it's through our knees, but it's not. It's the beauty that we all have inside of us. The beauty we all have inside of us. It's not the walking. And everybody that's born with something that's less than anybody else. It's because you're teachers for us. That beauty is from inside. It's never from the outside. And there's so many people that can walk that are so ugly that I would not want to spend a minute with them. So it's not our ability to walk that defines us. It's our ability to radiate the beauty of who we are. Oh my goodness, are we all crying? Let it all out. I mean, whoever's crying, just let it all out. Oh my gosh. Okay. Jen, I believe we all have the ability to heal ourselves, just like we have the power to become sick. Love and cherished life, it's all meant to be lived with purpose and clarity and love. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. Whoa, yes, that explained that well, says Christine. Gail, if my knees don't allow me to walk, what good am I? Beautiful, Gail, beautiful. So what good are you, Gail? What good are you? If your knees don't allow you to walk, what good are you? Oh, Andrea, I cried all week. I don't think I had any tears left. Oh my goodness, that was a big moment. And that's to everybody that has been born with something that makes you feel less than. You are not. You are not. It's for everybody that feels that something that you have that you cannot control, that God has blessed you with. I'm going to say it. God has blessed you with it. How do you see that what God has given you is a blessing to you and the world around you? How do you see that what you call as a limitation was actually a gift that God gave you because you have the strength to be a being that does not measure their worth by their external, but they radiate the truth of their internal. And there's so many people in history that have been a role model to us to say it's not about the legs or the arms or the brain or the sight or the ability to speak that give us value as beings. It's by our heart. It's our hearts. Christine seeing this for the first time. It's a gift. It's a gift. It's a gift. How do you see everything that is given to us as a gift? To grow, to expand, to learn, to be, to model. The only name that's coming to me is Terry Fox, Canadian, showing my Canadian. And he had cancer and he ran around Canada, across Canada, to raise awareness of cancer and to show that just because you have a physical limitation, you only had one leg, it doesn't keep you from doing the things that you dream. And he became a beacon for Canada. We still hold him with such high esteem for showing that there is no physical limitation that keeps you from being human. Leanne, I'm getting older and arthritic and it's scary, but I have to believe also there's a reason. Like you say, I get it. Beautiful, beautiful. I need gratitude for what we have. And Leanne, I don't want it to be artificial gratitude. I want it to be just like today, that we got to the root of saying, ooh, Christine, I feel invaluable. I don't feel valuable as a human being. And then we calibrate to the truth of we're all equal. There is nothing that makes us unequal except for our misbeliefs and thoughts. The only thing that makes you unequal from me is the perception and delusion that you have about your worthiness, your freedom, and your self-love. It's delusions that make people feel that they're not equal. We are all equal. Doesn't matter where we come from. Doesn't matter our skin color. Doesn't matter our hair. Doesn't matter our height, our weight, our physical capabilities, the language we speak. We are all equal. And what makes us unequal are the stories, the beliefs, the misbeliefs, the thoughts, the feelings. And if we want to feel equal, just be equal. Recognize the resistance that you hold from that place of the unconditional three. And celebrate yourself and love yourself and honor yourself and accept yourself and be excited about any resistance because it's guiding you to truth. Yes? Okay, we get the hearts are going so beautiful. Okay, Jen, we get the opportunity to fully engage in life when we truly see ourselves in our truest form. Jen, beautiful. And I said about Christine, I just want to be seen. We all just want to be seen. I know that we can all relate to wanting to be seen. You know who we want to be seen by? By ourselves. We want to be seen by ourselves. That we see ourselves as beautiful, that we see ourselves as valuable, that we see ourselves as worthy, that we see ourselves as worthy of love and happiness and pleasure and joy and bliss. The seeing comes from ourselves, and we blame the world and our walking and our physicality and our thyroid and our stomachs and our backs and death and relationships. What do we blame? Who wants to put in the window what they want to blame? What they blame in a desire to let it go. Not to victimize it, but to say, this is what I blame and I'm letting it go. This is what I blame and I choose not to. This is what I have blamed. Okay, Eva, I feel stuck in a body that doesn't fit with my spirit. Doesn't allow me to fully be myself. Like I'm a battle with a vessel I am stuck in. Okay, Eve, beautiful. And does all of what we were talking about resonate with you? Is it becoming, are you starting to become aware? And tell me about What about your body that doesn't fit with your spirit? Tell me what the judgments that you have on your body, the beliefs of your spirit, and where that is. Okay, Monica, I blame my husband's death for trunk. Beautiful. And I know that doesn't mean to be trunk, but right? I blame my husband's death for turning my life upside down. Beautiful, Monica. Beautiful. Monica, is it time to shift and to see that it is for your self-growth, that it is the time, that it is the life journey, and I need to stop being the victim. Beautiful, Monica. Beautiful. 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 Death is one of the biggest opportunities. Our bodies, eating, all of these things that we talk about, all of these subjects are so polar, so staticky. It's not the right word. I don't know what word I'm looking for, because it's so real and it hurts so much in our physical. But you know why it hurts so much in our physical? Because that spirit that Eve is talking about doesn't feel that. So there's a big gap between desire and beliefs, because the core beliefs are we're worthy and we're free. And so there's just paralyzing. Jen, yes, paralyzing. Monica, I agree with you now, yes. If you would have said that to me when it happened, I would have wanted to slap you. Monica, it's the journey you're on. I didn't say it to you before. You said that I'm ready. I asked, what does everybody blame? And you were ready. Did I ever say to you before, stop being the victim? No, you weren't even being the victim. You were actually being in line with your grief and your sorrow about the journey that you were on. I never saw you be a victim. I always saw you just saying, this is what I'm going through and this is where I am in my journey. And you've been far enough in your journey that you could say, ooh, now I can shift and now be empowered again. Ooh, I can recognize the desires of my human to calibrate. I know you know that, Monica. I can see the desires for me to calibrate to the unconditional three, and it's time for me to do that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Eve, I do feel like a victim of my genetics and being different from others and what I'm capable of. Beautiful, Eve, beautiful. So Eve, do you want to continue feeling like a victim of your genetics? Do you want to say what it is about your genetics? Do you want to, we call it verbally vomit it here, emotionally vomit it here. This is a sacred room that we create, an opportunity for us to vocalize the things, the resistance that keeps us from the truth of who we are. And we just share in a way of self-empowering. And so we can calibrate back to truth, and then we can start to see the beauty in, oh, this is how I was born. This is how I was born. This is what God gave me. And I'm going to start to be curious about what I'm meant to learn. What I'm meant to learn and what I'm meant to teach. Because when I radiate the truth of what I'm meant to learn, I teach the world that beauty only exists. That I am beautiful. That the external doesn't define me, but the internal defines me. Who are the greats that showed that their internal defines them, not the external? Martin Luther King comes to my mind immediately, who's turned around and let us know that he's got a dream and he sees bigger, and that he's not going to allow the limitations of societal conditioning to allow him to believe what society is trying to tell him about himself and about his people. Heck no. Heck no. So there's so many models. So what is it? What is it in your genetics, Eve? And are you already shifted? And being different from others is what I'm capable of. So there's worthiness in there. Beautiful, Jen. Stephen Hawkins. Oh, just fascinating. So fascinating. What he brought to the world and said that my physical limitations do not limit me. Not limit me. Not limit me. So who can see, Monica, yes, it's amazing. So who can see how we can use our physical, our genetics, our upbringing, our conditioning to actually be the fuel, the source, the sun to our growth and our empowerment? Who can start to see that? Who can start to see that the conditions that we're given, particularly from at birth, are really show, and on our life journey. It doesn't have to be during birth. It's the deaths, the losses, it's the growths, it's the divorces, it's the everything that, ooh, I'm meant to learn, to grow, to expand, to be empowered, to find the beauty within and stop using external to measure myself. Monica, me, I want to do that. Fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so how is everybody feeling? Eve, how are you feeling? Do you feel like you got your questions answered? How is everybody feeling? I know there's comments that I missed, a few comments, maybe 4 or 5 that I missed above. Do you feel that they were addressed, or do you want to put them back in the window? How is everybody physically feeling, emotionally feeling? Did you get a release? And today I feel that the thesis is so clear. Our physical bodies do not define us. In fact, they are a conduit for us to align with the truth of who we are. When we're born into conditions, they really show a strong desire for recognition of the unconditional three for being. Me. Gail, I was wondering why when I felt alive on the jet ski, it scared me as much as I had to stop. I was wondering why when I felt alive on the jet ski, it scared me as much I had to stop. Okay, Gail, tell me how you felt alive and tell me more. Give me more context. Like, give me more of the story. Give me more of the fear. Give me more of feeling alive. So I see and I can answer it, but I feel like there's more context that if you give it to me. What is the fears that you had, and what's the life that you felt? And that's what I want to know. What is the fear that you had that made you stop? Were you scared of living? Were you scared of being alive? Were you scared that you weren't worthy to be free? Were you fearful of your freedom? Tell me a bit more, because it's like I felt so alive and it scared me to stop. So there was I hate using the word, but it's really relevant in there, a self-sabotage, which is stopping yourself from feeling free, worthy, alive. And so there's a resistance to being free that you have in there. So let's get down to that. That's my question. So I gave you questions, I gave you answers, put in what relates to you. Tell me what it woke up in you. Jen, so much I've learned all my life. Took me a while to realize, but now I see how lucky I have been, because I know now I have a plan of action to really live and change my habits, to bring the strongest expressions of authentic representation of myself. Fantastic, fantastic. And that's the shift that we're looking for. That's the shift of truth. And can you guys feel that Jen isn't intellectualizing this? This isn't coming from Jen's mind. It's coming from truth and alignment. Can you feel that Jen feels this, or just saying it? Or can you feel that Jen really feels this? So this is the difference between the positivity and the empowerment. When you're positive, you walk over how you feel and you intellectualize what you're saying. When you're empowered, there's a sense of alignment. You just speak truth. Just speak truth. Okay, Gail, I've been wanting to jet ski for years, so I finally rented one, and when I went fast, I felt a tickle in my belly like, oh man, you're dead inside, and I felt alive and free. Then felt so much fear, I went back and got it off. And yes, I think it was total self-sabotage. Beautiful. So Gail, you're not worthy of happiness. You're not worthy of freedom. So I think it's all three of them, and it's the worthy playing on the happiness and freedom. Can you see that? And can you see, Gail, in life where you don't feel worthy of being free and being happy? And is it the freedom? I let everyone ride it inside of myself. Beautiful. And Gail, when you felt that tickle, did you feel free? Or did you feel worthy, or did you feel happy? What is it that you felt? What is it you felt, and what is it that you're keeping yourself from feeling? That's where your biggest awareness is. Jen, okay, Jen and Andrea giving each other love. Gail, yes, felt free and happy and excited. So Gail, in life, do you feel free, happy, and excited? In life, do you let yourself feel free and liberated? No, there you are, Gail. There you are. This is the goosebump. Never. Beautiful. And that's why I love life. This is why I love talking about the physical body. That's why I love talking about food. That we could start to see the little examples of how something small, which we think is just a small story, actually represents the larger being of how I approach life. So Gail, why aren't you living free, happy, and excited? Why? Why? And anybody that relates, put it in the window. Why don't you feel free, happy, and excited? What's keeping you? Gail, I'm not lovable. Beautiful. Who else relates to that? Who else relates to I'm not lovable? It's a core belief. But Gail, fantastic. And then tell me, how does that core belief feel? I'm not lovable. How does that feel? How does that core belief feel? How does it feel? That's what we want to get to. So your belief is in your egoic body. Your thought is I'm not lovable. So it's your belief is I'm not worthy, I'm not loved. Your thought is I'm not lovable. What's the feel? Andrea, sticky, crawling out of my skin, feeling ugly. Beautiful. Keep going more. I want to have more feelings. Eve, it made you realize you can be happy alive. Beautiful, beautiful. You could be happy and alive. So what does Gail want to feel? Yes, Eve, beautiful. And so what do you, it made you feel you can be happy and alive. So what's keeping you from being happy and alive, Gail? And I keep numbing myself. Why, Gail? Do you know why? Do you know why? And I want to know what the emotions are with I'm not good enough. I feel such fear on the jet ski. But Gail, the fear on the jet ski is the fear of feeling. I keep numbing myself. It's the fear of feeling. You can't even tell me what I'm not lovable feels like. Everybody, what does it feel like if you feel like you're not lovable? Okay? I grew up so neglected. Beautiful. So what does feeling like neglected feel like? What does it, that's where you're out of, what does it feel like? Gail, I think I want you to open up your emotions. And I don't know how much you connect with your emotions, but what I can see really clearly, worthless, beautiful. How does it feel? How does it feel? Sad? Angry? Frustrated? Having a Gail, good. This is where your growth is. And the growth doesn't happen today. It's an awareness for you to know what muscle we need to work on as we continue to do these in all these different lives. Is that you're opening your current opportunity is opening up your emotional body and honoring your feelings, because since you grew up neglected, using your words, and you fear not being lovable, you've closed off your feelings because you don't want to expect to feel happy. So on that jet ski, it's like, whoa, that was a lot of fear because I'm feeling happiness and I'm not worthy of that happiness. And so what you need to do is recognize that deep, buried sadness. Sad, I cry every day and fight self-pity, victimhood. Gail, fantastic. Fantastic. There's a difference between crying sad every day because you're victimhood and then acknowledging and honoring your fear, your tears. Let me ask you something. When you cry every day, how do you feel about yourself? When you cry, what's the thought about your crying? Fear is the fear of feeling emotion. Yes. Fear is the fear of feeling. I love that, Elizabeth. Love it. Andrea said, worthless, beautiful. Eve, I grew up neglected too. It made me feel like I wasn't good enough, but recently I realized it made me feel insignificant. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Alone, worthless, sad, not whole, weird, abnormal, a freak. Jen, fantastic. So Gail, when you cry, you feel hopeless and powerless, which is what you felt like when you felt neglected. So I'm really glad that you said that. I feel hopeless and powerless. So you're crying. Life is an uphill battle no matter how much I keep fighting. Fantastic. Fantastic. And everybody that relates, I want you to celebrate. Now, what about when we cry, we celebrate it? What about when we cry, we recognize that Gail, fantastic, beautiful. But now when you're crying now, Gail, what's the judgment that you have on your tears? How do you feel now when you're crying? What I want you to start crying is start to cry with an awareness of releasing. Not because you're a victim, not because you're hopeless and powerless, not because you're at uphill battle. It's all about, okay, ready? We get it? Okay, I'm going to go again. when you cry and then you're crying because you're hopeless and powerless, you're sort of feeding the hopeless and powerless cycle. Life is an uphill battle, no matter how much I keep fighting. So there's this, so you're feeding that. What I want is your tears to start to become empowering. How do the tears become empowering? Is that you hold your tears and you're in a different way. You hold them as a release to the neglect you feel. You hold them in a way as seeing the sadness that you felt your whole life as a baby and allowing it. You see it by honoring your sadness. Not saying that this sadness means that I'm powerless and hopeless. It actually means that I'm powerful. That allowing and honoring and I want to say the word allowing again. Allowing, I know I already said it. Allowing your feelings is empowering. So Gail, there's a lot of opportunity. Yes, I just covered up different things. I get what you're saying. I'm going to make the shift. Yay. Now, did you make the shift? And Gary, Manal, bet you can't shift me. I love you guys. Gary, I bet you I can't either. Because if you say to me, I can't, I can't. So if you are open to thinking that you can shift, then you can. But I'm not going to bet against you. I'm going to bet with you. Because if your beliefs, what is your desire? And if your belief says you can't, yeah, I can't. I can only allow a shift in anybody that is open and looking for a shift. Christine has been on so many times, and I think we've talked about it different times, right, Christine? And today there was an openness and probably an allowing. Christine's been on for so many times, and we've talked a bit before about Christine and your judgment on yourself on walking. It's not the first time, but today the subject was probably created for you. And you've been muscling and allowing for that shift. So Gary, Andrea's sending you beautiful emojis. I don't know why they are. I don't know why they're all coming. Andrea, your emojis are all coming as a squares. I know you're just kidding, but your jokes sometimes matter. Christine, yep, I felt it. Thank you. Beautiful, beautiful. So Gary, reword that and let's see what the shift that you're inviting is today. What is the shift? What is the shift that you're inviting? Oof, you guys, I'm just like beat. So how is everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? I think this is the most intense 59 minutes that we have. Oh, Andrea, I got this emoji. What happened to my emojis? And I got a crazy laughing guy. The most intense 59 minutes I think we've ever been on. I think. Does anybody want to dispute that? Gail, more self-aware. Thank you. Gail, yeah. And I'm going to say to you something. I don't use the word work because I feel like this is play, but you do have play to do to strengthen your emotional body. Okay, here's a big one that I became aware of today. Okay, here's a big one. Monica, we've sucked the life out of Manal. I'm like, I'm exhausted. Feeling like I'm breathing fresh air. Beautiful. Christine, you are amazingly beautiful. And I am so excited for you to begin the shift to see that what you were born with was a gift. And to start to shift the feeling of pain to allowing your body to be the body it was meant to be. And a lot of the resistance you feel is resistance to it being not what it should be. And it is what it is. It is what it is. And you are gorgeous. Jeff, Manal, and everyone, you sorry to leave. This is the most amazing inspiration. Going for a walk with a friend, honoring my choice to walk is good for me. Lots of love to you all. Life is amazing. Gary, honor yourself. Giving you a big hug. Beautiful. And I'm going to be shifting between 11 and 1, like earlier times and later times on a Tuesday. I like Tuesday for the lives, but I'll shift between earlier and later because I know it impacts you, Jen, in your time zone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so how is everybody feeling? Gary, are you looking for a particular shift today? Okay, who's gotten a shift today and who's still looking for a shift? And I think I was telling you, Gail, that there is play that you have in developing your emotional. Oh, I was starting to say something. So today what I became aware of is that a lot of us, when we're feeling something emotionally, we allow our mind to think thoughts that match those emotions. So right now, Gail was feeling hopeless and powerless. Then she has thoughts that match them. This is the habit that we want to break. That when we're feeling an emotion, pretend we're feeling hopeless and powerless, that we watch that the mind doesn't turn around and create stories that follow it. The mind is present with the hopelessness, present with the powerlessness, is aware of it with an intention to allow it and to honor it until it can let go. So what most of us do is we feel sad, then we turn around and have sad thoughts. We feel powerless, then we have powerless thoughts. Then we loop them and we don't know what came first. The chicken or the egg, the chicken or the egg or the chicken or the egg. Is it the thoughts or the feelings or thoughts? And then it comes to anxiety where they really are the thoughts that are perpetuating. And it really is that your thoughts that are making you feel bad because you've conditioned to these really bad thoughts that are now beliefs. But if we just start to honor our emotions for what they are and to recognize our mind's roles when we feel sad, and the mind, its role is just to hold ourselves in sadness, hold ourselves in hopelessness, hold ourselves, see ourselves. We stop that cycle. And then we become empowered. And then we can shift from feeling bad to feeling good. From feeling hopeless to feeling trust. From feeling powerless to feeling power. The hearts are going. Okay, so how does everybody feel? Did everybody get the shift that they're looking for? Gary, is there a shift that you are looking for? Is there a shift that you are looking for? Those are my questions. And I'm going to Jeopardy it in my mind. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Andrea, Gary, spit it out. Exactly. I see the hearts going. So I think the hearts mean that there was a lot of, Monica, yes, I'm shifting. Monica, you've been having a lot of shifts lately. I think you've been really ready to move to the next level. Like you've really been coming and yeah, I have been. I can see that you're coming really open and you're like, I'm out of this game. I am not in this game and I'm going to start to live life again. And it's beautiful and you're inspiring me. Beautiful. Okay, so I assume everybody feels amazing. I've been doing the work, the play, the work. Fantastic, Monica, fantastic. Scary. I'm sad for a few complex things with my kids. Okay, fantastic. I'm sad for a few complex things with my kids. Okay. What are the thoughts? Okay, Gary, I'm going to ask you something first. Are you open to shifting? Are you open to shifting? And I know you're a joker. But I do need to create a really strong intention and clarity in your intention, because our jokes sometimes mask what we really feel. And intention is everything. And I want you to shift. And so you saying, I am open to shifting, sets you up for the greatest likelihood of success. So, are you open to shifting? And the crew is waiting to hear that. And if everybody thinks that Gary should be ready for a shift, just put a heart. So everybody's actively doing something. If Gary should be ready for Gary, I see hearts. I see hearts. Oh my goodness. I see hearts going. Monica sending hearts and Andrea sending hearts. My goodness. Andrea, it's like heart square. Heart square. It's so interesting how your emojis are being distorted today. Gary, are you ready for a shift? Are you ready for a shift? Or did you go back to work? Did Gary go back to work? Because I know we can shift, Gary. I have fat thumbs. So are you ready for a shift, Gary? Yes? No? The hearts are going, Gary. They're all going for you. The hearts of encouragement, the hearts of seeing the strength, the beauty, the clarity, the desire. I see the hearts that reflect that we are all so powerful and that our physical beings are just carrying us and carrying our spiritual beings. But these spiritual beings, these vibrational beings, our spirits, our egos are just so incredibly powerful. And when we can hold the space for our physical journey and love ourselves, we can overcome everything physical and be true to the beauty of who we are. Gary, all three of my kids have come up with big issues. Okay, beautiful, Gary. And then how does that make you feel? You said sad, but how else does it make you feel? Let's get to the unconditional three. Does it feel like you're failing? That you're not worthy? That you're failing your kids? Does it feel like you're afraid? Okay, fear, perfect. Fear, which fear comes up a lot for you, Gary. So fear is not a surprise to me. And what are you afraid of? The future? What are you afraid of? And you didn't tell me if your intention is to shift, because I really need to hear that from you. So I want you to say, yes, your intention is to shift. And I want you to tell me what you're afraid of. And my guess, knowing you, it's the future. The big issues have to do, they're complex because they're future related issues. It's all about the uncertainty of the future. And that fear is also, it is of the future. Beautiful, because that's your pattern. So the beauty of coming again and again is I know your patterns. And you all know my patterns. And it's the patterns that we have that ultimately are reflections of our life journeys. And they're not bad. They're our stories, our life stories, what we're here for. And Gary, yes, it's all of the future. So they feel so big. Gary, true? They feel so big because it's of the future and it's threatening. I'm guessing these, I'm extrapolating from you. It's threatening yes, fantastic. It's threatening your security and their security of their future. Yes or no? Talk to me. Yes, fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. So let me ask you something. This is all the future. So can you recognize in this moment that everything that you're caring for is of the future? And this is reflective of how you carry life. Can you see that and feel that? Can you feel and see, ooh, wow, this is interesting. Right away, it was clear that this pattern is a fear of the future because that's what I doubt. I'm usually pretty presently happy, but I don't feel secure in the future. Can you see how interesting that is? Can you see how curious that is? Can you see that this pattern and start to see it now? That me asking you if you could see it that it's interesting and curious, it starts to allow you to unpersonalize from it and to detangle from it and to become more of an observer of your patterns. It allows you to shift to observer mode, awareness mode, rather than be entangled in the feelings and the stories of it. So can you see how interesting that, wow, I think it's 3 problems, but it's actually 1 problem. It's the problem that I always have. Go ahead if you want to tell what's going on, but it's the problem that I always have of feeling insecure in my future. And now that's being projected in feeling insecure in my children's future. Tell me if that resonates and tell me what you want to know what's going on. And anybody that relates, fill in the gaps and say what you talk about and what your fears of the future is. And the body has a lot to do with physical pain, and the body has a lot to do with being able and capable of holding you into the future. And ailments have a lot to do. Okay, we'll take a little bit, says Gary. If anybody wants to fill in the gap with anything that they can relate to with respect to your fear of the future, your fear of your bodies with the future. Like I was going off on a bit of a tangent to say our bodies are a reflection of our security of our ability to live into the future. So it's always, what always fascinates me is someone that is given something that says they only have a week to go and or has something very terminal, and then it ends up living for years. So the body and a lot of these resistance stories do have an interesting play with time. Angie, Gary, none of us is perfect and no one knows the future, but we can influence it. Stand in your beautiful, magical power. Believe in yourself. You are stronger than you think and know. Beautiful, Angie. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So while Gary is taking his time to write, why doesn't everybody feel into your body? Let's do a quick feel into our bodies. And see how your bodies feel. And see if you have resistance in anywhere in your bodies. Start to feel how your body may have felt coming into today, and how you might just feel like this. For me, I have like feelings of like relief and release. I have feelings of hope and beauty in humanity and the strength and the power of who we are as humans. I feel that we really connected with the truth of what we're here as humans, to that our inside truth, our radiance, our light, our vibration, our love are the true stories of who we are, and our physical bodies are just vessels to allow or resist these storylines. Our bodies are vessels to allow or resist those storylines. And then I'm going to ask everybody, who wants their body, their vessel, to allow your storyline or to resist it? Who wants it to allow it or to resist it? Who wants your body to be a tool to allow connection with higher, and to be allow, Andrea, Angie, allow, fantastic. Allow. And who recognizes, Monica, and who recognizes that they might need to do play/work to allow their bodies and to let go of the resistance? Gary, my oldest son might have a heart condition. Might, I'm going to say might. Gail says me. Might, I'm going to say might. So there's a fear of the future. My middle child needs surgery on his sinuses. Okay. And my youngest is having some trouble with her eating disorder again. Okay, Gary, how does that make you feel? Monica, I definitely have more work to do. Beautiful. So we'll keep playing together. We'll keep playing to allow. So Gary and everybody join in. How would that make you feel when you have all of this crashing in on you? And it's interesting that they're all physical, so it's radiating off of you. I feel resonating off of you. And they're all future related. Overwhelmed, Valerie, fantastic. Overwhelmed. Ren, scared. Angie says, yes, lots of work has been needed and work in progress. Beautiful. We are all work in progresses. Laura, hello to you. Gary, can I go out and come back in? Gary, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody's starting to write how it feels. Overwhelmed, scared. Andrea, I feel for you. Compassion. Andrea saying compassion. Ren, hopeless. Also, hopeless. We talked about hopeless earlier. Yes, Ren, fantastic. Hopeless is a big feeling I think a lot of us feel towards our physical bodies and physical journeys. Hopeless, hopeless. One of my dear friends today was speaking hopeless and all alone and says, now I feel connected. And it's fantastic. It was hopeless and all alone. We're talking this and Gary's not here, but hopeless, beautiful. And then what's the antidote? Does everybody know what the antidote is? Oh, big thing. What is hopeless? Let's define what hopeless is. What is hopeless? Hopeless is a relationship with the future. Hopeless is a projection of our belief in the strength and the security of the future. Monica, we need to love ourselves through this. Yes, being present, accepting and allowing how we feel. Recognizing that hopeless is about loss of control. Beautiful, Angie. And wow, that's what comments look like. Fantastic. So Gary, there's a lot that's been said. Okay, I'm going to give you the Cliff Notes version that will get you to where we are. That, first of all, so much love is being sent your way. So much love is being sent your way for your 3 kids, and for what you're going through. So much love and compassion. So everybody's giving you love and compassion. And then what you said about what your 3 children are going through, a recognition of feeling overwhelmed. Tell what resonates with you. Feeling overwhelmed, feeling scared, feeling hopeless, feeling out of control. And a recognition that this is all to do. Hopeless is a belief in the security of your future, a belief in the safety of your future, a belief in the integrity of your future. So I want to recognize that everything that you said in those stories are about the future and not about being present. So question, Gary, all of the above. Beautiful. So Gary, question. First of all, do you honor how you feel? Do you honor how you feel? Do you honor that this is a journey in your life where all of you are wonderfully supporting each other and able to relate to each other because everybody's going through their journey that's similar but different? So can you see the beauty and the connection in being able to support and love each other? Angie, we love you, Gary, for your vulnerability, sensitivity, and strength. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So Gary, can you start to become an observer to what's going on and to start to recognize that a lot of the fear that you're fearing is in the future, and that we get you to feel how you feel about the present moment? Can you start to become recognizing that it's times of this, like it's during, I'm going to use that verb. It's not a good verb, adjective. I'm going to use it. Yes, I'm worried for them. Fantastic. So Gary, can you see that a lot of it is projections for the future? And can you see that during turbulent times, it's much more imperative to remain present than to extrapolate in the future? Can you see the power of being present is, and knowing that during certain times of our life, that being present is the power that we need to go through the journey? Can you see that? Can everybody see that? Can everybody recognize and honor that during different life's journey, what serves us most, instead of projecting into the future, which is unknown and fearful and causes a lot of anxiety, is ultimately staying present and then allowing what is to be. And that the reason we do all of this work and come onto Insight Timer and build our different muscles are for times like this. There's 2 reasons people come on here. They come on because something's going on in their life, and you go and you're like, how do I recover? But A good way to do it is to build all the muscles. So when you're going through it, you have the tools to be able to lend you through it. And Gary, I know you've been on for a while. Monica says, yes, I see that. Much easier said than done at times. Beautiful. So what are tools that you can do to help you stay present when you're going through a turbulent time? Because I'm not going to say, Gary, don't worry about it. Everything will be fine. Because I have no business saying that. Do I believe that everything will be fine? I'm sure everything will probably be all right, but it doesn't feel like it. Okay, Gary, fantastic. I was going to say to you, do I believe everything will be fine? I believe everything will be fine. So Gary, can you recognize that you know that everything will be all right, but it doesn't feel it? So what you can start to do is to honor the feelings and not allowing the mind that you use the belief that you know that everything will be all right. You actually are a master in knowing that everything will be all right. You're a master in it. So Ren, exactly, it's the anticipation. And Monica saying practice gratitude, which is like being present, practice being present, practicing being aware of what's going on, practice of looking at what you have that feels good. That's what gratitude means to me. Practicing looking around at what you have that feels good. That feels good. Not that you think that should feel good, but actually does feel good. So Gary, so can you lean on, I'm sure everything will be all right? Can you lean on that belief? Because I know that you do believe it. I know you said probably. Can you lean on that? And as you go through, you be present with your feelings, and then you lean on your trust that everything will be all right. Ren, anxious minds tend to go that way, catastrophizing. Yes, yes. And if we just become present in the journey, and again, accepting and allowing, then we sort of just going with the storm. Angie, Gary, let go of that feeling. Bring in the positive affirmations. Everything is going to be fine. Andrea, it is hard when kids are involved, I find. My eldest daughter has been diagnosed with aggressive cancer and just had surgery on the other side of the world. All I've been doing is crying, and I can't be there with her right now. I feel so much. And Andrea, what do you feel? What do you feel? That's why you said you've been crying all the time. What do you feel? And Gary, what is it that you feel right now, and how does that relate to the unconditional three? What do you feel? What do you feel? Out of control, helpless, anxious about cancer spreading. Beautiful, Andrea. Helpless. So that's not feeling free, feeling controlled. Andrea, we're here for you, sending love and prayers for you and your daughter, says Monica. Beautiful, Monica. And I do agree with those sentiments, that I'm sending so much love, Andrea, to you and your daughter. Helpless, anxious. So you could start to see how it impacts your fear of the future and that relationship with death and the end of life and not being in control and recognizing what is it that we trust. Andrea, what is it that you trust when you're not in control? For me, it's God. For me, it's the universe. For me, it's life. For me, it's vibration. Andrea, I don't want my kids dying before me. Beautiful, and I'm sure that's something that Gary is feeling. It could be about the kids dying before me. That's helpless, Andrea, how saddening. So feeling the kids. Andrea, let's explore that a bit. Don't want my kids dying before me. How does that feel? How does that feel? Everybody. That's something, a sentiment that everybody feels. Everybody feels. That have children and has that as a big fear. How does that feel? It feels incomplete. Yes, it feels broken, feels wrong. It feels like scary. Nancy, beautiful, beautiful. It feels like the universe is broken, like something's wrong, significantly wrong, like you're saying, incomplete. It feels like it's got the wrong formula. So it feels like almost mad at the universe. So it feels like lack of trust, feels like a complete breakage in what we believe is right and wrong. It would feel like you're lost. Beautiful. It would feel crazy, horrible, heartbreaking. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I think we got down to the lowest common denominator. I think it comes to, it's not right, it's wrong. The universe is broken. The world is broken. God got it wrong. We're out of control. And so I can't help her as a healer. Brings back memories of my mom and best friend dying of breast cancer. Beautiful, beautiful. So we feel terribly out of control and that we don't trust the universe. And that's one of the biggest, strongest distortions from life, is just feeling that we don't trust. Our purpose is broken. Life is broken. Their purpose is broken. So we could really all start to see that one of the truths in life is death. One of the biggest truths in life is death. It's not the first time I've said this on that live. It's not going to be the last one. One of the things that we know and we cannot control in life is life and death. We don't know when we will enter. We don't know how we will enter. We don't know when we will leave. We don't know how we will leave. We don't know that for ourselves or for anybody else. And when we indulge in that thinking, it feels bad, out of control, sad, broken, hopeless, painful. I see the hearts resonating. So I like to guide towards calibrating to what we do know. And what we do know is that I'm speaking for Manal, to trust in God's plan and the universe's plan. And when I indulge in fears of death, I choose to calibrate back to the trust in a larger plan. And that recognizing the indulgence in those fears just make me feel out of control. When life's reality comes that force us to go there, like Andrea and Gary that you're dealing with, the muscle becomes harder. And you have to really work, and you can talk to Monica and Lynn, a lot of our beautiful community that comes in that's healing from a loss, and it's just part of the journey. It's part of the journey. And so how do I hold you, Gary and Andrea? With love, with compassion, with care, with beauty, with celebration of life, with acceptance of what we can't control, and recognition of the human feelings on that journey. Andrea, thank you, everyone. It's harder with kids, but we'll bring the divine into it. Exactly. So Gary, just lean on your spiritual and your beliefs, and death is a part of life. We have to learn to get comfortable with that fact, no matter how difficult and uncomfortable we feel about it. Exactly, Angie. And once we can get comfortable with that fact that we can't control it, and we feel out of control because we can't control it, boom, we can let go. Gary, my oldest is always happy and deals with some anxiety. His condition may or may not be serious. Don't know yet. Beautiful, Gary. And I would offer to you, Gary, just lean into your faith. Lean into your faith. Trust the universe's story. Trust your belief that everything will be all right, and just continue to be a rock for yourself and your family. And being a rock means not feeling, but honoring your feeling, honoring your journey, honoring how your children feel, guiding them through connecting with how they feel, recognizing that the thoughts don't have to match how they feel, and the thoughts can just be aware of the feelings and all the things that you're learning on here. So how do you feel, Gary? How does everybody feel? We almost can never get through a live without talking about death. We almost can't get through a live without talking about death. See the irony in there? Ren, heavy and beautiful. Had 2 good cries now. Fantastic, Andrea, beautiful. I'm sending so much love, Andrea, to your daughter and to you, and just keep us posted with what's going on. And you, Gary, I don't think we ever have. No, we haven't. And so, Gary, just watch what's your mind and what's in your feelings. Honor your feelings and don't indulge in your mind. Wow, I've never said it that way before. Watch what's in your heart. Watch what's in your mind. Honor what's in your heart. Don't indulge in your mind. Valerie, I've been listening mostly, but such a powerful and heavy inspiration today. So much love to everyone here. Yes, it was, Valerie. I'm so glad you're here. And it was absolutely incredible. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so how is everybody feeling? I can tell you that I am feeling exhausted. And I honor it. It was intense today, but I feel that there was so many amazing insights and so many incredible shifts, and it was a blessing to be part of today's inspiration, to be with you, with everybody, and for everybody to share so openly. Angie, Gary, you're doing great. You're going to do your best in this moment, and this moment is what matters. Sending you love and strength. Beautiful. Ren, I feel like I need to work on my attachments. Ren, what do you mean by this? Andrea, you are the best as always. Andrea, thank you. You're so wonderful. I love you so much. Christine, grateful for you, Manal. You're not afraid of heavy topics. Christine, no, I feel like if we're all open to shifting, then we can find the truth in anything. And it really is about the willingness of us individually and collectively to see truth. So, and I'm learning, every day I learn, and I learn to hear and to ask and to honor where everybody is, and to recognize that everybody will be where they're meant to be, and that my role is to share, but not, it's not the right word, but not push, not to have, Ren, I'll use your words, not to have attachment to how anybody feels or how anybody receives. That my intention is the purity of the message and the desire for us all to calibrate to the Unconditional Three and to honor everybody's journey in getting there. So, Gary, I hope that made sense. Gary, I'm okay right now. I wish I could hug a lot of people here. Okay, everybody, right now, giving Gary a virtual hug. If Jen was here, she would have said it. So I'm channeling my inner Jen. You guys can tell everybody that I was channeling my inner Jen. Everybody, send Gary and everybody, and Andrea and Andrea's daughter and Gary's children a virtual hug. Let's everybody hug everybody, like as if we were in one common room and we were all in a biggest group hug. Okay, so right now we're in the biggest group hug for for everybody here, for everybody that was here, for everybody that left, and then everybody's loved ones that we just care so deeply about. So imagine your children in there, and your children's children, and your parents, and your friends, and your loved one. Let's just do this amazing big group hug for all. Okay, amazing, amazing, amazing. Incredible. Monica, thank you for your donation. I really appreciate it because I feel like it's a sentiment to the growth and the recognition. I can't articulate it right now, but it's a beautiful way to recognize what we go through as a group. So I just really love it. Ren, hugs to everyone. Angie, virtual hugs, everyone and all your loved ones. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Angie, generally feel battered after visiting your class, that it dissipates. Angie, I don't know if I like that word battered, but I feel it today, so I get what you're saying. I sort of feel like beet, which is what battered is beet, right? Taking the flour and the sugar and just mixing it together with the eggs, and then guess what you get after you put together the batter? You make a cake. So our lives, we take the sugar and the flour, gluten-free flour if you like, and honey if you prefer, or and the milk, almond milk, oat milk, take whatever variety you want, the eggs or an egg replacement. For those that are vegan or don't eat egg, and you beat it all together, and then we put it in the oven and we cook it, and then boom, we get this beautiful egg. A cake, I mean, happy rebirth, exactly. We come up with a cake or bread or whatever it might be. Beautiful. But Monica, I feel like I'm making progress. I'm so thankful for the support of everyone here. I love this group. Fantastic, Monica, me too. Ran, I'm attached to people, animals. Let's see. Gail, grateful for your help. Much love to everyone here. Beautiful. Ran, I'm attached to people, animals. Do much I can't handle loss. So much I can't handle loss. Okay, Ren, you know what's the antidote to that. Andrea, loving you all so much. Best support cake ever. Angie made us make cake. Manal, she says, Manal's a meanie, but I love you anyway. I know that I'm a kind-hearted, so I see you. I see you, Gary. I love you too, Gary. I do love you. And keep us posted on how your children are doing and how you're doing. And just be the rock. And like I said, rock doesn't mean avoiding how you feel. It actually means honoring how you feel. Okay? And then, Angie, I know, Gary, sometimes I want to leave. You guys. So what should I do differently? What should I do? Tell me, guide me, everybody. What should I do? What do I need to do? And Ren, what's your antidote to the attachment or the detachment? Gary says nothing. No, really, if there's something I can do to shift to make it more palatable, Monica, do nothing differently. Ren, be like a mountain. Beautiful. Ren, be like a mountain? What does that mean, Ren? What does that mean? Angie, more deep breath moments. Okay. And then Angie, also tell me, like when you feel like we need to go into the body and let that go, tell me. So, and I do appreciate that because sometimes I pull them and then everybody goes quiet and I don't know what to do. So yes, I like that. Andrea, please stay as you are, Manal. You're so real and truthful. Okay, beautiful. Thank you. But whatever that can do to be better, let me know. I like to be better. Manal, you are you, and that's why we're here. Fantastic. Thank you, Gary. Gary, thank you. Ren, what is the antidote to what you're saying? Let's answer that, and then, my nose is all congested from that cry. I don't know why. I have to think about that. I'll have an answer next time. Manal, you do absolutely amazing job facilitating this group. Thank you, Monica. You guys always make me blush at the end. The post-amble is like all this blushing. Fantastic, fantastic. Ren, I will tell you, the hearts are going. We can talk about it next time, but we need to have a live Zoom. I would love to. Angie, just moments of pause, a little lightening up. I got it, Angie. I got it. When we're heavy in those moments, I feel those electric moments. Take a deep breath. Yes, Ren, about attachment. Just take a deep breath and feel into our bodies and allow the release in the room and such. And there was a couple times today that I know it could have been done to just sort of honor that and just let that shift go. But sometimes like I feel the comments coming or whatever, and I just want to address them. That's what the balance I'm trying to do. And then, but I got you, Angie, and I appreciate that. Ren, yes, about attachment. What about attachment? I think it's a process, I'm guessing, hard to work out them, the cords. Ren, I would see them more as you calibrating to external and figuring out how to attach to go to the unconditional three. Andrea, maybe we could have a 5-minute meditation. Yes, yes, yes. I do think that Ren, that it's not the chords, I enjoy the chord work, and I think the chords are as a nice tool, but it really is recognizing the ability to that you're looking at external and that it's going back to internal, and use your spiritual beliefs, whether it's God, universe, or whatever it might be. Okay. So just come back into, and Betsy, what's the unconditional three? It's your unconditional worthiness, your freedom, and your love. It's really, we're all here to find that unconditional three: worthiness, freedom, and love. So it's calibrating to that. New here, fantastic, Betsy. Follow, join the group, attain. Guys, I can't even think. Attaining your authentic life. I can't even think anymore. Join the group, and we talk about things afterwards. So continue following and growing, and we talk a lot of things. Yes, and short meditation sound good. Okay, fantastic. So let's end the last 60 seconds with just feeling into our body, okay? So everybody, take a deep breath in. And enjoy the gap. This is where between the breath in and the breath out, and there's just infinite beauty, infinite connection to worthiness and freedom and love. And take a deep breath out. Take another deep breath in. And release. And take a third and final deep breath in. And release. Today was just really intense. And now I say that with this just big smile, because we got to the truth and connected with the truth of the beauty of our human journey. Our worth, our value, our beauty, our freedom is not measured by our bodies, our weight, our height, our ability to walk, talk, see, hear. It's not measured by our bank accounts, by our jobs, by our skin color. It's not measured by what we drive, relationships. It's measured by the beauty of who we are. We are infinite beings. Unconditional freedom, worthiness, and love. And every human experience is here to guide us, to calibrate to that truth. And today, as a collective, we felt that truth. We shifted to recognize and to feel. Not just to be told, you are free, you are worthy, and to believe it. No. We were able to feel that truth. And it just takes a moment to shift our perspective. It just takes a moment to shift our beliefs. It just takes a moment. And then we recognized that not feeling equal, not feeling worthy, not feeling free, and not feeling happy, although we tend to blame the outside world, it's because of how we feel on the inside. It's because of how we may blame God or the universe or life And that recognition that it's all about us and our internal beings is incredibly empowering. Because with that belief, everything can shift. Because now, instead of it being about things I can't control, it's all about everything that I can control. And together we go on a journey of muscling our beliefs and muscling our thoughts and muscling our emotions and muscling our bodies until we can just be in alignment with truth. And alignment with truth means honoring our journey, honoring our being, honoring our emotions, honoring our minds, and honoring our beliefs. And then we talked about feeling out of control when loved ones may be presented with illness or be unwell, when we start to fear life and death, and that we recognize that life is a truth and death is a truth. And our belief that we can control life or death is an illusion. And together, we are going to muscle to support and love and care for each one of ourselves, for each one of us, for our family, our loved ones, as we go through any journey, to honor the feelings, but to recognize the antidote is full trust in our human journey and their human journey. And the more trust that we can muscle in this human journey, the easier and easier and easier and easier it becomes. Now that was much longer than a minute, but it felt so empowering. Shifts won't occur in seconds, but they can. They can, if you choose for it to. Or if it's not meant to be, it won't be, and it's irrelevant. What we're going to do is focus on honoring self, honoring our feelings, honoring our journey, honoring our thoughts, honoring our emotions, honoring everything, and being open to recalibrating to the truths, the truths, the truths. Whew. And that is all she wrote. So next week, we're going to be talking about Angie, go and lie down, Manal, and reground. Thank you. Fantastic, Angie. Thank you. That meditation helped me. Next week, we talk about bad habits. I love the bad habits one. It's not as serious and heavy as physical body, but it's still a fun one. And big things come up, and we're going to have big shifts. Jen says, who made it toward the end? Oh my God, Jen. Oh my God. We're not repeating anything. We are not repeating. We're getting down to the end. We're going to see you next week for bad habits. This will be recorded and will be available as usual. And you are all brilliant. I really appreciate today, because when we talk about tough subjects and everybody holds the space for love and compassion and care, it's just so powerful. We have the most amazing, incredible community. And as we grow and we start to really shift the way that we think about the human journey is about honor and enjoying our journey, we can create a movement towards recognizing that life is meant to be enjoyed, and all we need to do is be aware of our four bodies and take responsibility for everything that occurs to us. Good? Betsy, where can I find the recording? posted on YouTube, this recording for Insight Timer. Ren, negative death thinking equals bad, bad habit. Beautiful, Ren. We'll work on that bad, bad habit. Andrea says, we sure do. Fantastic. And I think right now I say, Angie says, bye everyone, be gentle and kind to yourselves and each other, beautiful. And at this point I say, drop the mic. I will see you next week. I love you all. You all inspire me so incredibly much. My love, always. That was absolutely incredible. I encourage you to join the Mattain tribe, where together we hold the space for finding the love, the pleasure, and the alignment in life. Go to my website, www.mattain.me. Sign up for my newsletters. Sign up for my mini course, 10 Steps to Letting Go of Anxiety. So excited to see you there. My love, always.